My partner died about 3 years ago, and his birthday's coming up. So I have this short piece that I'd like to read as just sort of a remembrance of him. I first read it about 3 years ago at the group, and I feel a little guilty about uh, putting this summer rerun in. But unlike Judith, I haven't been inspired to write during this current pandemic. I've been inundated by it. I just have spurts of energy, and unfortunately, none of them involve in writing. And I feel like I'm passing up the perfect opportunity. But this is my piece called Ashes. When we first met, I was intrigued by your concern, more charmed than alarmed as you whisked away your miniature Wedgwood plate I had mistaken for an ashtray. As our time together became measured in years, many of your endearing eccentricities became annoyances as they outgrew their novel appeal, while some of my own traits and habits played on your nerves as well. Now that I live life without you, those irksome quirks of yours are sorely missed. And when I think of some of your odd ways, I am lonesome instead of bothered. I no longer smoke, so the miniature Wedgwood plate is safe from threat of ashes, while yours reside nearby in a matching blue vase. But since we have time, I would like to recite a poem that I did not write that was in my childcraft book. But since I have time, it's just like to see, it's sort of a challenge to see if I can remember it because I remembered it when I was 4 years old. Okay. Skinny Mrs. Snifkin, with her little Pipkin, sat by the fireside, a warming of her toes. Fat Mrs. Wobblechin, with her great big double chin, sat by the window, a cooling of her toes. Says this one to that one, "Oh, you silly fat one, will you shut that window down? You're freezing me to death." Says this one to the other one, "Goodness gracious, how you bother one. There isn't air enough for me to draw my precious breath." So skinny Mrs. Snipkin took her little pipkin, threw it straight across the room as fast as she could throw, hit Mrs. Wobblechin on her great big double chin, and out of the window a tumble she did go. The end. I'm sorry I don't remember the author's name.